Hello gamers, welcome to another edition of Tonight on Mage Hammer's Game Table, where tonight I'm beginning a new solo RPG actual play session featuring my own system, Delves and Dangers. I published this in 2024 on itch.io as a digital pay-what-you-want download. It's done very well, and I'm very happy with the reception that it's received over the past year or so. And then I decided, once that I published my own book, The Adventures of Victor and Fact-Chan Slickfarn on Amazon, that it was time to start moving my role-playing games to Amazon. So Delves and Dangers is the first of those in print. So you can order it anywhere around the world where Amazon has a footprint, and you can get my game for yourself. So Delves and Dangers is a rules-light fantasy adventure role-playing game. It uses D6s, and my friend John over at Sharp Mountain Games has run a series of it, and back in the old days, Tabletop Wanderer has run it. Silas has run a version of it. Solo Spelunking adapted it to sci-fi way back before I came out with Gravity Drives and Dangers, my own sci-fi version of it. And I want to thank all of them. Todd has explored it. Jamie plays it and posts pictures up on the Mage Hammer community Facebook page, and I always love seeing how his adventures go. He's been playing this right along with me from the beginning, and I truly appreciate all of you. Anyone that's downloaded my game, thank you so much. Anyone who's played it, anyone who's shared it, talked about it, if you've shared my game with someone, or played it, or it brought you a little bit of joy, I truly appreciate it. Okay, enough preamble out of the way. You'll be able to put a link in the description below for both the itch.io download for digital and also for print. And in the meantime, I'm going to start a solo session. Now, I have already made the characters. I started first level. I like starting at first level. Thought about running a higher level campaign, but I'm just going to be boring and run first levels. And I'm not sure, it may go kind of far. We'll see. So I created Grondor of the Stormguard Order, half-orc monk. And then a Fellcat wizard named Glitterfur. She is a Fellcat wizard. And then there is FOMO Softfoot. He's a Harefoot ranger. Ranger's not always been one of my favorite classes, but since I have it in the book, I decided I would play it and check it out. And what better species than Harefoot, kindred than Harefoot, to make a ranger? And so that's FOMO Softfoot. Then we have Sildena of Aegis. Aegis in my world is the god of protection and guards and so forth. And she is a human cleric of Aegis, wielding a warhammer and a shield. Kind of a classic cleric for you going forward. I do not have any idea where this adventure is going to go. I'm going to use my deck of many dungeons to generate the random adventure, and I'm just gonna take it and run with it. If I can find, yes, here it is, random quest generator from Deck of Many Dungeons. And so many of you that have seen my channel before know that I make quite extensive use of the Deck of Many Dungeons. It's by far, pound for pound, the best solo gaming accessory I have ever purchased. And I have created hours, literally hours of fun taking this deck out for a spin and exploring the unknown with it. So it is a dungeon deck. You'll see it in action here very soon. So we're going to roll to see where our adventure is going to take us this time. So we need a D12. And the first part, our goal is going to be rescue an NPC. Okay, we've done that before, and we'll see what our main barrier is. 12, fanatic minions. That sounds like fun to me. So fanatic minions. All right, let me think here. So fanatic minions always, to me, says it's usually some kind of religion or cult, but I think what we're going to do is, it's not going to be necessarily a cult, it's going to be a rebel faction. Ooh, a rebel faction within within Calibor. Okay, so this is the continent of Orin. I drew this world as a place to place my short stories in. Man, I don't know, maybe a freshman in high school. And this is actually the setting for the Adventures of Victor and Factran Sickfarn. So I decided I was going to showcase and put my adventure, this solo session in this old world. This continent is on the other side of the continent on which my Swordlands campaign world is. It's basically the same planet, just a different side of the planet. Yeah, I think I literally drew this probably was in middle school. Yeah, maybe 8th grade, going into 9th grade, maybe a place to base my stories in. Anyway, so Calibor is the main kingdom. It's centralized in Oron, and its reach is far. In fact, the Caliborian trade language is the language of this entire area. And so, let's say there's a rebel faction, and they have kidnapped a royal relative. We'll say it's one of the King Calibor's grandchildren, because he's pretty old right now. So, and then 1, 2, 3, she's female. 4, 5, 6, she's male. All right, it's a female. So all right, so we'll say that there was she was on her way to, she's young, she's a teenager. Let's say she's 17, and she was on her way to Hawk Tree for a shopping trip. Is that track? Yeah, so she was going across land on her way to Hawk Tree on a shopping trip, and possibly there was someone there that they may have been trying to set her up with to seal some kind of treaty or deal, but was not known to her, and her caravan was set upon by fanatical minions, and the survivor said that they saw the fanatical minions, the rebels, taking her into the Helm Hills. A few days later, they received a message that they were holding her for ransom, and that if they didn't give in to their demands and the money, then she was going to be killed. So we'll say her name is Katara Calibor, of course. And she's being held for ransom by fanatic minions. Now, I don't think I want my party to necessarily be like agents of the crown, so I'm going to say that they stumbled into a rescue mission by accident. I'm going to say they were in the vicinity, and they noticed that they had sent her, that they had taken her that way. They weren't sure if there's something she got involved with. They didn't recognize her. They didn't know who she was. But they saw a maiden in distress, so they tracked the people to a delve in the Helm Hills. Someone else sent the message by bird once the kidnapping happened, so the timing of this works out properly. And so they are standing outside of the delve, and they're like, we can't allow this young girl to be captured. We need to save her no matter who she is. So that's how this story is going to unfold. They come to the entrance to the delve. It's not very well guarded, and it's not really too hidden very well, because these people have just gone there. They know exactly where they are. So they're going to be at the beginning of the delve, and they find in an old ruin. It's an old ruin, a stairway leading down. And so that is where we will begin. So those rebels are primarily human, but so that's going to make the dungeon delve very interesting, because yeah, I guess we'll see how the random encounters go and see how that how it all falls into place. Now the Helm Hills are a fairly untamed area, There's several mining communities there. They all feed into Hawk Tree. There's lots of agriculture on the other side of Hawk Tree. So it's not really necessarily populated, but there you go. Okay, so they're heading down the stairs. Glitterfur's like, I shall cast the light. So she casts a light, and Grondor's like, I shall go first. And he goes down the stairs. Yep. FOMO's quiet, and Soldena is also a bit stoic, and they go down the stairs. And they find two directions. Ooh. One that leads to a door, and another one is a long passage. This may be a guard room. We'll say this is a guard room of the rebels. And let's see. You know what? I'll roll on my random encounter table, and we'll see whether maybe the rebels they've hired humanoids to act as guards or whatever. Maybe they even. Well, let's see what happens. So, I think it's unlikely that they brought her right to this place here. They may have taken her deeper in the delve to hide her, but I don't know. So I'm going to randomly determine. I'm going to say the chances aren't good. 1, 2, they took her there. 3, 4, 5, 6, they took her down this way. They did. This is going to be a very short adventure. That's okay. I can always take these adventures on other adventures. We'll see what happens. So it turns out she's right there. So FOMO goes, let me see. Now, FOMO's good at tracking in wilderness, obviously. But I give them tracking. So I think Rangers are pretty good at tracking anybody, no matter what. But because this is not quite a wilderness area and it's harder to find spore, or tracks or spore or anything like that, I'm going to give him, it's going to be like a DL6 to be able to find him, which he may or may not make. He gets 5 dice, but I'm going to make it DL6. Very difficult to determine what direction they went. So they might even know what direction they went. And he gets 5 with no exploding dice. So he's not able to determine what direction they went. Sorry, not so good when it comes to the delves, but I'll find them whenever outside. Yes, of course, small one. Well, what should we do? I don't know. What direction do you think they went? Well, I hate to leave a door behind me. I say we check out the door. Yeah, good idea. And so Grondor goes up to listen. He has a 2 mind score. And they don't know they're being followed, so I say it's DL2 that he hears them talking, and he gets 2. He gets 2 successes. The 3 plus is a success. And he comes back and he goes, there's someone in there. Many voices. How many? At least as many as the half dozen that we saw taking the girl. Oh, well, what do you think? I don't know. I think we shouldn't spare. Who knows what they're going to be doing to her? Yes, I will get my sleep spell ready to go. All right, ready? I'll bust through the door. So Monk kicks it in, and I'm going to say this is a surprise round, and this is a pretty decent sized room. So we're going to say it's about, this part of the room is about that big, and then there are doors that are leading into, there's more doors here and here. And there are going to be rooms on the other side of that. We'll see how that plays out. Make sure I get out some other tiles ready to go in those rooms. Okay. All right, so they kicked in the door, and there are pillars. Love the pillars. Deck of Many Dungeons loves pillars, but pillars are fine. I mean, they don't necessarily have to be pillars. They could be like other kind of barricades, but I just think it's fun to put to have them be pillars, because they always have them be pillars, which is great. I love it. So there's some supplies over here. There is a table. Table in the middle of the room. I'm just gonna make this door the table, and the table is about 10 feet, and it has, let's say it has chairs around it. There's bandits here, or the I'm sorry, not bandits, the rebels, and they are surprised by the entrance of the people. What are you doing here? Never you mind. Return the girl. No, and they don't see the girl. She's not in this room. So, say there's a couple of them with shields. They're at the table. There's one guy that just doesn't like shirts, and then these guys are pretty heavy duty. So let me find. They all pretty much just like look like pretty much classic fighters. And so there's 4 of them there. Remember, they saw a half dozen taking the girl somewhere else. And so entering into this door, they have in this corner. So the monk comes through the door there. FOMO sneaks over there. And Glitter Fur, and then Soldena moves in front of Glitter Fur, and Glitter Fur's out in the hall, but she can see into the room. Return the girl. Haha, no. You agents of Calibor cannot stop us. Calibor? What's that got to... Never mind. Leave there now. So I kind of ruined the surprise. They ruined the surprise round, but that's okay. I like talking anyway. I like to have the characters talking and everything. So we're just gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna give them. They're gonna end up with 6 dice attacks, and they're gonna have armor. Let's say, well, I mean, that guy is gonna have no armor, so he's a no armor. These 2 guys have shields, and looks like they might have chainmail underneath. So I'm gonna make them 3 armor, and this guy's pretty well ducked out as well as shield. So they have 3 armor except this guy, but I'm gonna say he hits on 7 dice. All right, that's what we're gonna do. Stamina wise, I'll say they have some decent stamina. We'll see how it goes. All right, so it's initiative now. They blew their surprise round. So they all have to make an agility roll, and if they get 2 successes, they go before these fanatical minions, and if they get fewer, they go after. All right, so it looks like I don't even have to roll the exploding die. Grondor is going before the bad guys. And then, exploding die. Yes, so... Soldena is going before, exploding die. Yes, so Glitter Paw is going to go forward, which is, oh no, Glitter Paw goes, or Glitter Fur goes after. So everybody else is going after, before, except for, oh wait, you moved ahead. Yeah. All right, so here's initiative. So we'll do Grondor first. He doesn't like the looks of the big guy. So he's going after him. So he moves up on him and does some martial... He wields... Grondor wields chains. And so he's going to be attacking with his chains. It still counts... It adds to a bonus to his unarmed attack as a monk. So with his chains, he is rolling... I have it all statted out beforehand. He's rolling 6 dice to attack. So he's going to attack this guy with no armor. Okay, dropped a die. There you go. Solo spelunking. I dropped a die. All right. He attacks. He monks that guy. He's looking at 4 successes with an exploding die. So 5 successes. He has no armor at all. So that's quite a hit. He grunts in pain and kind of laughs, though. Laughs it off. So that was... I rolled... Yeah, that was Grondor. All right. Then next up is going to be FOMO. He has a short bow, but he's really good at wielding 2 weapons. So he's going to bravely move forward and attack this guy in armor. He gets, with his dual short swords, he gets 7 dice. So he's going to attack with his dual short swords. And, ooh, he gets to reroll 1 failed die of the hairfoot. Okay, still failed. He gets 3 successes. 1 is a exploding die, so he gets 4 successes total. That is enough to do 1 point of damage to this rebel. Okay, and then next up is Soldena. Soldena is also going to move up and double team that one that FOMO attacked, and she swings her Warhammer. She has a 7 dice with her Warhammer. Ooh, pretty decent hit. No exploding dice, but she still hit 2, 4, 6 damage. 6 successes. 3 armor, so that's 3 damage on that one. Still not enough to fell him. And then they attack. These 2 move up on him. This one moves over, attacks FOMO, and this one attacks Soldena. They move pretty well coordinated combatants. So 6 dice. on 6 dice on FOMO. Ooh. That is 3, 4, 5 with an exploding die. 6, another exploding die. 6 successes. FOMO is a ranger, and he's wearing leather armor. So that is going to be 5 damage to FOMO. That's a lot of damage. Yeah. All right. And then the other one attacks Soldena. 6 dice sword attack. Wow. Rolling really well right off the bat here. Wow, 2, 4, 6 on Soldena. She has 3 armor, so she takes 3 damage. Okay. Ouch. And then 2 attacks on Grondor. He has a agility distance of 3. That counts as armor when you're a monk. And so exploding die, so that's 5. So 5 damage there, but he has 3, so that's 2 damage. Exploding die, so 1 damage. So a total of 3 damage total from 2 attacks on Grondor. All right. Glitterfur. She comes in. She targets within the 30 feet. She targets those 4. She's going to cast a spell. She spends sleep as 2 power points. So she's going to spend 2 power points. And she's going to cast the spell. And she gets 6 dice. Nope, 5 spell casting dice. Ugh, not great, but it's going to have to do. So she gets 3, and she gets an exploding die. 3. That's enough to sleep one of them. We'll say the closest one. So this guy falls asleep. Ugh. And then it is now initiative. So, yes. So now Glitterfur is going ahead of them. Next, and then Garthor also. FOMO is going after, and it looks like Soldena is going before as well. So that is encouraging, at least. All right, so let's do Grondor. Grondor is going to he is going to punch the guy in front of him. He gets 6 dice. And that is 3. That is not, although that guy does hit him because he's not wearing armor. So he takes 3 damage from the unarmed attack with the chain. So that was his attack. And then Soldena is going to swing at her opponent again. She gets 7 dice. I'm rolling the wrong dice. These are FOMO's dice. So we got to roll the right dice here. Soldena, 7 with that Warhammer. She swings her mighty Warhammer. Looks like she gets 2 exploding dice. And that is 2, 4, 6, 7 successes. Very nice. Very nice. So she hits hers for... did I say it was 7? So she took 4 damage. All right. And then this guy is sleeping. Say that guy's sleeping. All right, I have to mark it on my record. Okay, so that brings us to getting green dice mixed up. I may have to change the color of the dice for next adventure. That was Soldena. So now we have Glitterfur. Glitterfur, she's determined to make sure that sleep spell work. So she's going to try again. Targeting those 3. Oh, man. 3 with an exploding die. Is it going to be enough? Yes. So she puts 2 more of them to sleep. The 2 closest to her. This one and this one. But she's running out of power points. And then bursting through these doors are 2 more fighters. I'll just make it this guy. One comes out this way, one comes out this way. This one attacks Glitterfur. She did not cast Mage Armor, so this could end up hurting her if we're not careful. And they roll 6 dice as well. So, wow, take this, cat face, and takes a swing. And only gets 3. And she has she has no armor up currently, so she takes all 3 damage. She takes all 3 damage. That's ouch. So there's that. This guy attacks Grondor. 6 dice. 2 exploding dice. So that's 4. And so that does 1 damage on Grondor. So he takes 1 damage. 1 more damage, I guess. And then this guy attacks FOMO. He's like, wake those fools up. And as he takes a swipe at the Harefoot and does 5. Harefoot's wearing leather armor, so that's 4 damage to FOMO. And now FOMO attacks the one that he's fighting with his 2 swords. And he gets 7 dice with 2 short swords. Ooh, that's a decent hit. No exploding dice, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 successes. And this guy has armor 3, so it's 3 damage to him. And that is not enough to take him down. Woo, but he's close. All right, and then that brings us to their... Oh, yeah, they attacked. So now it's initiative. It's a pretty big initiative because if they manage to wake that guy up. So Garthor is going... Or Grondor... Garthor is a character from the last episode. Grondor, FOMO... Soldena is going after. And so is Glitterfur. So that's the way it goes. FOMO is going to attack. Both swords. Stab, stabby, stab, stab. Dancing around, trying to avoid the blows of this guy. And he gets an exploding die. And he gets to reroll 1 failed die. So that's 3, 6. This guy has 3 armor, but that is enough to take him down. So he collapses. He is out of the fight. Then he kind of moves up to help Grondor. He goes, jumps over the table, lands down, and gets ready to attack. That was FOMO's attack. Grondor is going to punch this guy in front of him with his chain wrapped around his fists. Ooh, 3 exploding dice. Right now he's got 5 successes. He's got 3 exploding dice heading that direction. Nice. 3, 6, 8 damage. This guy he doesn't have a shield. So I should have him rolling 7 dice to attack, but that's all right. He doesn't have a shield, but he does have armor, so it's 2 off. So he does 3, 6 damage to this guy. The guy is up and fighting, and the other guys are currently asleep. So there's 2 combatants left remaining. So one attacks, he's not afraid of FOMO, so he should be, but he isn't. He's going to attack, FOMO. Now, FOMO has leather armor, so he's fairly vulnerable to attack. So 4, so 3 more damage to FOMO. FOMO's hurting pretty badly, so we'll see what he does next round. And then the other one attacks Glitterfur, who does not have her mage armor up. That's 2. Man, this is not good for Glitterfur. 2, 4, 5. Glitterfur takes 5 more damage. She's hurting. And that's the enemy's attack. And these guys aren't backing off because they have a lot to do. So Soldena of Aegis attacks with her Warhammer, swings at this guy in front of her, or no, goes over and yeah, attacks one on glitter first, sorry. So that's 2, 4, 5. So that's 2 damage to that guy. And then now she's thinking about casting mage armor or magic armor, but she is just gonna fire a magic bolt at this guy. She gets 5 dice, and it's no power points. Oh my gosh, 3. It's not modified by armor, so he takes 3 damage, but it's kind of a glancing blow, really. All right, now it's time for initiative. Soldena goes before. Grondor goes before. Glitterfur after, and FOMO after. So be it for that. Grondor does like a flying kick, then punches down with his fist with the chain, trying to take this guy out. And only gets 3 successes. That's 1 damage to this guy. And then FOMO attacks with his dual blades, putting the years of training to some good. He probably should heal himself, but that's all right. He's not going to. He's going to hopefully oh my gosh. It's not enough to take this guy down. He's going to get an attack and randomly see who he attacks. That was, oh man, I attacked with FOMO and I wasn't supposed to yet. I'll just switch it out with Soldena. Let's just do that. That's fair. So it's the bad guy. So 1, 2, 3 goes after FOMO. 4, 5, 6 goes after Garthor. Going after FOMO. And I'm giving him 7 dice because he's wielding a 2-handed weapon. 3, 6, 7. And 4, 5. That's 4 damage. And that is enough to drop FOMO. Takes him down. The sword kind of swipes him a bit and knocks him down. Bent jams against that table and he collapses to the floor. FOMO! And so Grondor does nothing. And then the other guy attacks. He's seeing the cleric as a bigger threat. I'm just going to have him attack her. 3, 6. Swings and gets a exploding die. All right, so that's 4 successes on her. That's armor 3, so that's 1 damage more onto Soldena. And then Glitterfur is going to magic bolt this guy. Oh my gosh. 2 damage. Still not enough to take this guy down. She missed, basically. He dodged out of the way of her blast. And then that'll bring us to Soldena, and Soldena will attack with her Warhammer, trying to drop this guy. And she does. That was a 2. So that's 3, 5 successes. And that is enough to get past 3 armor for 2 damage. Still not quite enough to take that one down. So that brings us to initiative, folks. Only Grondor is going before. Everybody else is going after. Oh, no, FOMO gets to reroll a failed die. And he gets it, so he's actually going before. Can't keep forgetting about that Hairfoot ability. Oh, FOMO's down. Oh my goodness, FOMO's down. So yeah, so Grondor is in the middle of a fight. He's going to have to make a test here. Grondor's fighting this guy. He's better serving fighting this guy than going over and using his healing stones. He can't break combat. And it's an exploding die. Nope. So that's 4 successes on that guy. 2 armor. That is enough to drop him. So it chains to the nose, shatters his nose, and he falls to the ground. And then that was Grondor. Now the bad guy's attack. This guy's like, Calibor shall be free! And then he's going to attack. 1, 2, 3 attacks Soldena. 4, 5, 6 Glitterpaw. He's going after Glitterfur. It's Glitterfur, not Glitterpaw. And attacks her. This poor girl, she didn't put up her armor. So she's going to take the... Oh, no. Glitterfur. So that's 5 damage. Glitterfur drops. She goes down with a swipe of his sword. And so now... She has to make a strength resistance roll of 2. She doesn't, so she has, if she needs to make one more roll or she is dead. And then that was her. And then FOMO has to make his roll, strength resistance roll. He gets 3 dice, needs to make 2 successes. He gets it. So he's just unconscious currently. And then Soldena slams at this guy that she's fighting with her warhammer. Clang! 2 exploding dice, 5 successes, 6 successes total. That is enough to drop him. And in the room at the beds, right through here, they find the girl. She's cowering on the bed. She's like, please don't hurt me. We're not here to hurt you. We're here to rescue you. Rescue me? Yes. We saw you being taken by those men, and we've come. Oh, they're gonna healing stone. Oh, that's Soldena goes in to talk to her about that while Grandor healing stones. He uses his healing stones. 1 on Glitterfur and 1 on FOMO. So 1 on Glitterfur, 1 on FOMO. Glitterfur 7, FOMO 6. So they're up. They've been healed by the power of Cathor. Okay. Now Solena's talking, calming the girl. Says, no, we've come to rescue you. Where do you live? I live in Calibor. What was your business here in Hawktree? I was going shopping. Excellent. Well, may we escort you there, or would you like to return home? I think I'd like to return home. However, the men who took me, I don't think they like my grandfather very much. Your grandfather? Yeah, he's a pretty wealthy person, but, you know, not that wealthy. I see. Well, we'll gladly escort you back, but do you want us to bring these men back with us? Yes. Unfortunately, I think, yes, 3 of them are sleeping, but the others, I'm afraid, did not make it through the battle. Well, that's okay. Let me gather some things here that I found that will aid my grandfather in identifying who these people are. Well, of course, by all means. What was your name again? You can call me Kat. Oh, excellent. All right, come on, Kat. So they tie these guys up at her request. She gathers whatever information she can, and the party escorts her outside of the delve. And next episode, they are going to escort her back to Calibor, and it's going to take several days, and we'll have an overland encounter. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Pick up Delves and Dangers. It looks like a game that you might be interested in. Thank you to my members, Grognard Solo Gaming, Nate, Jamie, Tabletop Warner, Todd, Surf Monkey, Kai, and Mom. And so thank you so much for everything that you do, and I'll see you in the next episode. Keep on rolling dice and playing games. Mage Hammer out.